Ace and TJ Prime and Prime Plus members are winning prizes. Join Prime and enjoy doing nothing other than waiting to hear your name to win cash, prizes, experiences, and more with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Join Prime today through the Ace and TJ Family app, available in the Apple Store or through Google Play.
Nerdy is defined as someone characterized by an obsessive interest in something. Xbox, Marvel, technology, D&D, Lord of the Rings, escape rooms, Pokemon, Funko Pop, Star Wars, PlayStation, comic books, Magic the Gathering, Nintendo, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers. All of that is Tech D-Rob, host of the Nerd News Podcast, your source for everything nerdy.
I realize you guys are all nerds.
And this is the Nerd News Podcast.
Welcome to the Nerd News Podcast. Yes, 2 weeks in a row, we're here. I was about to say we're live, but we're not live. Pre-recorded from the Ace and TJ studios. It's your Nerd News. So let's get started with the quick hits on video game consoles. As of Tuesday of this week, you can get The Plucky Squire. You can get Star Wars Jedi Survivor on PS4. And you can get Throne and Liberty. And then as of Wednesday, today, if you're listening to this on release day, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster is out. But you have to get it digitally. The physical version doesn't come out until November. And then tomorrow, the 19th, Inotria The Last Song. And then Friday, the Karate Kid Street Rumble and Matchbox Driving Adventure. Excuse me. Friday, available digitally everywhere right now. Blink Twice, which is the I think it's Channing Tatum movie where it's kind of scary. Afraid, which was an awful Blumhouse movie. Blumhouse. I don't remember exactly how you say it. Awful. Do not recommend. Cuckoo, which I can't remember the character, the name of the person or the character they play. But it's someone from Euphoria. Hunter or something, maybe? I'm not 100% sure. And 1992, available digitally as well. 1992 is the Tyrese vehicle. So it must be good. In theaters this weekend, Transformers 1. So if you've not seen Beetlejuice, and you want to see it in a premium format like IMAX or Dolby, you have till, I believe, probably Thursday at 3 p.m. to get on that. So Transformers 1 in theaters, definitely going to take over the large format. What's the name I'm looking for? Large format screens at your local theater. A short Nerd News podcast, but I do have some things to go over with you, and we'll get to those next.
At TechD_Rob on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. More Nerd News Podcast next.
Watch or listen to the latest episode of TJ and Jody's House, Mondays after 12 noon. Catch up on the latest from America's favorite couple. It's TJ and Jody's House, available now on acetj.tv or the Ace and TJ Family app.
Hey, look at here. Our friend Richard Toccato is with us again, and so happy for you because the interest rates are coming down.
Oh, it's awesome. It is time to refinance your house, get the best rate, save a bunch of money, pay off those credit cards, get cash, do whatever you want to do, and save hundreds and thousands of dollars a month.
We got people, members of the radio family, who've saved $1,500 a month using Richard, and it starts with one free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or just jump online, homewithrichard.com.
It's a free 5-minute phone call.
Richard Toccato Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
When it comes to football, I know where I'm headed. Wild Wing Cafe. They've got hot wings, cold beer, and football on all the big screens. It's the best place to catch every play, enjoy some killer wings, and ice-cold drinks. See you at Wild Wing Cafe, your game day headquarters.
The Nerd News Podcast with Tech D-Rob is new every Tuesday. Subscribe now on iTunes and Google Play.
Welcome back to the Nerd News Podcast. I had speculated about a PlayStation 5 announcement, and literally the day that I did the podcast, they announced it. But it's $700, and it doesn't have a disk drive. You can get a disk drive for it if you really want to, but I believe that's going to run you another $100. Let me make sure. PS5 disk drive is $80. Now, I don't know if it's the same disk drive that you can buy for the original PlayStation that's driveless, but it is $80. Whew. It's another so $780, and then a bunch of tax probably get you to about, if I had to guess, $750 or $780. You're looking at least $850 after tax, I believe, if my math is right, and it's probably not. But that's insane to me. It's not that updated. It's not that big a deal. I just don't. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, another thing that's overpriced, but there's all these incentives to keep you with your wireless company. The iPhone 16. I talked about it a little bit last week. I am getting the iPhone 16 Pro Max on Friday. It is a 6.9 inch screen. And I'm very excited about that part. And to have an iPhone that does not use a lightning cable. After Friday, I can get rid of all of my lightning cables. I will no longer have any products that use lightning cables. I'm very excited about it because USB-C is significantly more reliable. The iPhone 16, not the biggest upgrade. It's a bigger upgrade from my 13 to the 16 than it would be for a 14 or a 15 upgrade. Especially 15, because 15 already has the USB-C. 15, you could probably, let's see, the differences are so minimal, I can't think about them. They're like larger bezels on the screen. It's really not that much of a difference, to be honest. So, if you're trying to be a little savvy with your business transactions, you could go ahead and get the iPhone 15, and I think it'd be fine. But if you are looking for a new iPhone, and you have, I believe it's everywhere, Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, et cetera, Boost, Mint Mobile, all those kinds of things. You can, in most of these places, now don't quote me if you have an obscure one. If you're not in the big three, T-Mobile, Verizon, or AT&T, I cannot speak for them specifically, but I can speak for those three, that they have trade-in deals where you can trade in an older phone and sometimes, in some cases, get a brand new phone for free. Now, you are locked into whatever contract that you have with that company for however long to pay off that phone with credits would take, because the way they do it is they split it up into 36 credits that you'll get applied to your account to cover the cost of those items. So it means if you ever switch to a different cell phone provider, they no longer will cover that cost, and you'll then have to start making those payments. And that's how they keep you reeled in. It used to be every 2 years. Now it's every 3 years with at least AT&T. Now, I don't know if Verizon is every 2 years. I quickly got off Verizon when I found the AT&T price is significantly cheaper. But again, you may be able to get an iPhone 16, iPhone 16 Plus, iPhone 16 Pro, iPhone 16 Pro Max. You should be able to get some versions of those phones for free. Now, I'm not saying I don't think the Plus or the Pro Max are necessarily going to be that way, but I know the regular and the Pro are available. With the only thing you'll have to pay at the time of receipt is what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, you have to pay the tax on whatever. So I got the $13.99 Pro Max, the one with 512 gigabytes of internal memory, and it was $13.99. So I ended up having to pay like $90 something in tax, which is not a big deal. Perfectly fine. So, so that's the iPhone 16 in a nutshell. Nothing terribly incredible about it, but nothing terribly bad about it. So it's neither here nor there, I guess. And finally, the last thing I want to wrap up on, again, really short Nerd News podcast, but if you're into Lorcana, or if you're not, but you're into Disney, Lorcana is getting Big Hero 6 characters in their upcoming set, Azurite Sea. And I don't know much about the Lorcana lore, as it were, but I did see Baymax. I did see, not Hero. Hero's his brother. Oh, Tadashi. No, Tadashi's his brother. Hero is the little guy. Yeah, never mind. So Hero and Baymax. I didn't see Honey Lemon or all the other ones, weird names. But I know their cards are in the set because there have been some spoilers, but it's a cool little trailer for the upcoming Azurite Sea set. So that's the Nerd. We'll try it again. So that is the Nerd News podcast. It's a Wednesday and I'm posting this. Just trying to find a sliver of time in my schedule that I can fit these kinds of things in. And I got you for this week. So I've got you covered. Nerd News returns next week. See you then.
That's it for this week's Nerd News Podcast. Follow Tech D Rob on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at TechD_Rob. Subscribe now. More nerd news next week.
The Week in Review is what you've been waiting for all week. So on Fridays, Riggins will review what's happened in pop culture, the Ace and TJ show, and so much more in the form of a catchy song. Check it out live on the Ace and TJ Family app or download it later as a podcast. It's The Week in Review on the Ace and TJ Family app and wherever you get podcasts.
Hey, it's TJ, and we were hanging out the other night at our new favorite place, Blackfin Ameripub in Ballantyne, and I figured out that's where I'm going to be watching the ball games this year. That's right. They have about 40 TVs showing all of the games on Saturdays, the college games, and their official Ohio State Buckeyes bar. You don't want to miss that if you're a Buckeyes fan as well as a Packers fan or a Panthers fan. They got it all. Not to mention some of the best food that I have had in a long, long time. You're looking for a great time, go to Blackfin Ameripub in Ballantyne. Check it out at acetj.com/Blackfin. If you want to lose weight the safe, effective way, then you need Calitrin. Calitrin is not a drug, but it's scientifically proven to help you lose weight. Order it today at toploss.com. Toploss.com. It's Calitrin.